Welcome to a favorites video. I'm gonna show you guys everything that's my all my favorite makeup products, and yeah, I'm completely barefaced. I feel like a key indicator as to if I'm barefaced is just the difference in color from my face to my neck. I feel like my undertone is more neutral. Like, see here, it looks a little bit more neutral, but my face always looks a little bit cooler just because I think my face kind of just flushes a lot more. So every time I get shade matched at, you know, Sephora, Ulta, they always want to give me like a cool undertone, and I'm like, I think I'm neutral, because every time I try to shade match, I always do it on my chest and it always kind of reads more neutral. So yeah, I usually get neutral. By the way, I have my winter shade foundation and it's the summer. I've been in LA, so I kind of got a little bit tan, so it might read a little bit light on me, but so it's okay. I think I'll try to bronze it up and stuff today. And so yeah, let's get started. So I already did my skincare, but I do need to apply some SPF. I kind of treat skincare more as like a baseline rather, you know, than an option. So for me, the biggest things when it comes to skincare is to keep my skin hydrated, because I have dry skin, and also I really enjoy products that focus on cooling, soothing, because with my rosacea, a lot of triggers come into play, especially when it comes to heat. Sun makes it so much worse. I know I'm applying SPF correctly when the redness kind of tones down, and right now I have not been really diligent on SPF, which is really bad. So yeah, I need to do better with that. So I'm applying a lot right now. I swear to God, I always look more white on camera than I do in person. It doesn't look this bad, I swear to God. Maybe it's like a trick with the light. So I'm just putting on a second layer because I like to put on sunscreen in layers. When it comes to how much you're supposed to put on, it's always a lot, like an uncomfortable amount, and I feel like the best way to kind of deal with that is to put sunscreen on in layers. So I'm using this True Skin one. I put a lot on, so that's why it looks like this. And this one has 21% zinc oxide, so it is going to leave a white cast. That's inevitable, but that's okay because I'm going to put on foundation on top of it and it should cover it. Okay, so I'm back and I did my eyebrows because well, I don't really have a reason. I just didn't want to film me doing my eyebrows because it's not really usable footage. A lot of times I'm like doing this and you guys can't see what I'm doing. But these are my eyebrows. I guess I could drop what product I'm using. I'm using, or I use this Milani one, pomade in dark brown. This is old as shit. It's been with me since forever, and yeah, it's old. It's hella crusty, bro, but I still use it and it still works. But yeah, so I think the sunscreen has finally dried on me, and I'm gonna start. I love this primer. It's one by Lancome. My favorite one is still that Tarte base tape primer. Or is it called base tape? I don't know. It's the Tarte hydrating primer, and I love that so much. It went so well with the Estee Lauder double-wear, but it's kind of sold out. I can't really recommend it to you guys. But another thing I loved is this Lancome one. It's definitely one of those silicone primers, but I don't know, I love it. So yeah, me and my mom both use this product. Definitely blurs pores, so if you need that like me, recommend. So great. Not even gonna lie, I do tend to put on a lot of sunscreen, but I think I put on a little bit too much this time. I know with sunscreen more is better, but it's I think I really kicked on the sunscreen. Hopefully my base looks fine. Okay, so now that primer's on, and I put on a lot of sunscreen, and especially with mineral sunscreens, if you have hooded eyes, it tends to crease here. I kind of like buffed it in so you can't see it right now, but it creases here, and for me it also creases here too. And I think what really helps with creasing is to grab some powder. This is my favorite loose setting powder. It's the Lancome Long Time No Shine powder. I put a little bit on my hands and I kind of just do this. And before I put anything on top of this, I like to just set it with some translucent powder. I guess I'm kind of like setting the sunscreen. I don't really like to try new powders, but this Lancome powder, I feel like I don't need to worry about it looking cakey. Honestly, like, makes my under eyes look so good throughout the day, like hardly any creasing. So I really recommend this powder, especially if you have dry skin. If I have bad skin days, I use this. It's full coverage, and I know some people are not into that, and if I want to go for more of a just dewy, kind of like your skin but better, I usually go with this one. This one's pretty nice. I don't know if I'll buy it again just because it's so expensive, but I definitely will keep repurchasing this one. It's so good. And yeah, I'm just gonna use this one for today. I used to complain about this not having a pump, and I know it has a pump like sold separately, but I'm not gonna pay $10 for a pump. This is what it looks like. Super thick. I tend to concentrate foundation in the middle, and you always want to focus on this center part right here, looking clean, and then any imperfections on the outside is not gonna really make a huge deal. Wait, I need to stop talking. I need to blend this out. This foundation settles down really quickly. I think that's one downside to this foundation. Sometimes I like to use my finger and get into these creases. This is my favorite powder to use, especially for under eyes and if I really want a matte look. I'm gonna use a blush. Oh my gosh, this slime, cheek slime blush is so pretty. I love it. This has definitely become my favorite blush. I was kind of being careless with this. This blush is a little bit pigmented. What I like to do is when I'm using this, just so I don't overdo it, is I'll put a little bit and then I'll really like thin it out on the back of my hand and then apply it, and it just kind of helps when you start building it. Now that this is applied, I'll put on some powder. This powder right here, this is the number 7 powder, and I love using this all over my face. It mattifies just perfectly, and this also blurs texture, so I really love using this. I just love the effect that this gives. Okay. Now we're getting into my favorite part, which is the eye makeup, and I have a few things that I like, and one is this. This is the Canmake. It's small. I love small palettes, and yeah, this is the one I tend towards, you know, for natural daily makeup. The other one is this one, Coral Me Maybe. Oh my god, this one is such a treasure. Like, this has everything I love. It has a mirror, which is really nice because it was like only $3 or $4, and I bought it because of the color story. It's like one of my favorite, probably my favorite color story when it comes to a palette that I've seen. Or maybe this is my second favorite because my favorite color story, and I'm so glad I bought this, and I got this on sale too, so this makes me really happy, is the Nable palette. I think now that I have it, I would definitely buy it, you know, at its original price. It's just so good. So my inspo for the eye look today is Jennie Kim's Kill This Love makeup look. And that little like bedazzle she has in the inner corner, like, to die for. I love this so much. I'm gonna do it. So hopefully I could do it decently. So from what it looks like, Jennie Kim's eyes, the color brown that she's using, it looks a little bit more warm. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit more cool tone. The thing I love about this palette, it has like some warm, some neutral, and some cool tones in it. But yeah, I'll try to do a look inspired by Jennie's look here. It's not gonna look exactly, but I'll try. So I'll start off with the baseline color, and I'm gonna use this one here. It's called Halftime. Her eyes are very cat-like, and my eyes are not, so I'm just going to kind of lift the eye look upwards. And then just buff this part out. And connect this part. And something I've noticed that I also need to fix a little bit is that she really focuses on the under eye. It feels like the distance between up here and here is almost similar in her case. So I'm gonna bring this down a little bit further. So I had to pause and kind of figure out how to do this eye look, because this eye look is a lot more intricate and detail oriented than I originally thought. So hopefully it looks pretty similar. So I used a really thin brush to take that dark brown and just to kind of deepen my lash line. So that's what I'm gonna do. But hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to get pretty close. Now I'm gonna take a little rounded brush. What I'm doing is I'm kind of sweeping it up, kind of extending my eye line. So yeah, I'm gonna try to blend it out until it hits the first crease. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this brush, go onto Burnt Sienna, tap off the excess, and just basically buff it out. And I'm going to try to deepen the eye socket here. One thing you want to keep track of is how this color, Burnt Sienna, is shaping the eye. So you want to maintain a clean, sharp look. So you want it to go like this. So just keep that in mind when you're blending this out. And now I'm going to bring it down to my lower lash line. And just do the same thing, connect it. Once you get to the middle part of the eye, you want to kind of go up. Kind of like it's fading into the lash line. And this way it's going to kind of create the illusion that you're creating depth, like this. I'm going to take Clan again. And basically doing the same thing as I did with Burnt Sienna. I'm going to start out at the inner corner of my eye, start out really high up. And just kind of blend downwards. So at the baseline here, it's gonna come a little bit more down. And one important thing to keep in mind is that you don't want to bring this dark shade all the way up. You don't want to connect them. Go back to Burnt Sienna, and I'm gonna buff this out. Now I'm going to work on my my Igyosa, and to do this I'm going to take my regular contour. What I want to do is I want to define this part. I'm going to use Ray of Light, which is this color right here. I'm just going to use this on the Igyosa and highlight it. This is going to make it stand out just a little bit more. Take the same color and I'm gonna put it up here above my crease. I'm gonna pack it on a little bit more because I want to see the shimmer. Now I'm gonna take a flat brush and go into NARS, this little mini compact I have. This is in the color Himalaya, and the deeper part of my eye socket, which is right here, I'm gonna add that. Going to slowly bring it up and just connect the two. I'm going to focus that straight into the middle. This part is not too difficult. This is just a regular cat eye wing, and I'm going to not start from the bottom. I'm going to go a little bit top, and this is just because I have more rounded eyes. So if I start not at the very end but a little bit here, even though this is a cat eye, I'm not bringing it totally up, I'm still bringing it a little bit horizontal. And this is for elongating the eye. After you finish your line like this, see how it kind of elongates my eye more? When you get to this part, you make it as thin as possible. So now I'm going to take a smudge liner and just basically fill up the line. And I don't know if you guys can notice here, sorry my lashes point down, it's so stupid, but like I don't feel it connect this. I want to keep this open, and that way it kind of just separates the two. I gotta look down for this. When it gets to the end here, you kind of just want to smudge it out a little bit. But wait, there's more. I'm going to take Clan, and I'm just going to kind of shade this part right here. And in this way, kind of bring my eyes pointing down just a little bit more. Oh my god, please don't stop. Okay, that took too long. Do you look like twinsies now? No. And of course, an eye look is not complete without some. Okay, so now eyes are completely done. That was a process. So yeah, I just curled my lashes, and I use this Telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. I love this. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm just gonna contour, and the way I do that is just my regular contour here. That looks way too much. Oh my goodness. Well, now I gotta do it to the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna make it super thin just because this eye look is so intense. I'm gonna add a little bit to this part. I like to add a little bit of contour right here to shorten the philanthropy length. Something I kind of want to try is highlight my nose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me powder in a shade that's lighter than my skin. And I'm just going to try to do that contour trick that I see on the internet. Not working? Oh my god, it's working. Now I'm just going to contour the rest of my face. And because this look today is a little bit on the warmer side, I am going to do a little bit of bronzing. That is really heavy, but that's okay. On the jawline, I kind of prefer a stronger contour. Oh my god, I didn't even tell you guys what product I'm using. For contour, I'm using this I'm using this Essence contouring duo. I think this works perfectly. One thing I really like about this Essence contour is that it blends out actually really nicely. I think this is a perfect contour for those who don't want a really strong contour and kind of want to go a little bit more natural. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer to further kind of like warm up my face. And I'm just going to use the same brush that I was using. Look is never complete without lips. I'm using the NYX lip liner. This is a natural. This is a little bit warm. It's like a warm pink. But I feel like with lip liners, most lip liners work just fine. I use this for more warm tone. I kind of use the Maybelline ink crayon in Lead the Way, and this kind of matches my lip line more, and I use it more for cooler looks. Okay, so now this is for the star of the show, my favorite thing. I mentioned this in another video, and this still hasn't been beat, so this is what it looks like. Like, is that not such a beautiful color? Okay, to simply recreate Jennie's look and kill this love, I'm going to take Best Buds. This is the NYX Powder Puff Lippy, and this will be a good nude color because her lips are gradient-like. I really like this line too, the NYX Powder Puff Lippy. Very inexpensive, but work really, really well. But now we are going to put on some highlighter, and of course this is the Pat McGrath highlighter, which I love. The only thing I would say I don't like about this is that I don't have a natural, like, everyday shade to wear. This is more of a statement piece, but this, I mean, this is not a highlighter, it's a palette from ColourPop, this is also discontinued, sadly, but this shade right here I feel like is like a perfect nude for me, so I'm gonna use this to highlight.
Come, come, me, God's light up the sky.